match is just about to begin here at the Greater Terre Haute Open. Marianne DiRupo will start this match against Lisa Bishop. She defeated Carolyn 222 to 172.
You heard Marianne speaking to her ball, I need help. I spoke to her after she just won that last game. And I said, what do you think out there? Do you think that left lane is hooking more than the right? She said, no, I just threw bad shots. But I'm in my comfort zone and I'm just going to keep moving left and going to stronger equipment. So she has a game plan, which is important.
Yes. Because that allows you to make confident shots when you have your game plan in place. Lisa Bishop now, as we said, just missing out on that U.S. Open telecast last week. 32 years old, 7 years on tour.
Push a little, Carrie.
Oh, man, 10-pin. Nice shot, Carrie. Carrie definitely looks tough out there right now.
One of our better opening shots by a player. Lisa is primarily a straight player, but she played that deep all week. And some rounds she outscored everybody. So don't think just because you're a straight player that you can't ever play deep and get your ball to hit and bowl good scores, because this lady proved that you can.
Covers up the spare, so it's 2 of 3 shows. That's a good start for Lisa Bishop. You know, she came out, she was Rookie of the Year on tour, and she hasn't won as many titles as one would have expected, or that she expected she'd win. 4 titles so far.
And that could always be mentally disappointing because she is so overly talented.
Gotta go. Come on, baby. Yes. There we go.
Yeah, it's a good shot to come back in the second frame. We'll look at how they got to this position. Leaders by round. Lisa Bishop started off strong in the beginning of the week.
Well, you can see it was between Lisa and Tiffany. Either one of them was always our leader at some point, which they deserve to make the show. If you could always be on top throughout 42 games, you deserve to make TV. Another great shot by Marianne. Now, it'll be interesting to see, because they're both playing the lanes the same, how the shot is going to change. Marianne, once again, a 4-step delivery, pushes her ball out on the first step. Nice knee bend at the release, but she really extends, but doesn't push her ball to the right. She doesn't tug it. She doesn't throw it to the right. She just extends nice and lets the ball do the work. Remember, these balls are expensive. Let them do the work. We don't have to work so hard.
They are getting more expensive, but comparative to other sports, it's still a reasonably priced sport. And that's not a good shot. Left all the way, leaving that 6-pin.
I still believe 19 is hooking more than 20. Everything looks good to there, but now she tugged that. And as I said before, when Dee was bowling, there is no hold in the middle. So if you make a shot like that, you have to be prepared to shoot at something.
Covers up the spare. Lisa took a different approach to match play this week and was happy about her match play performance. It's been going up for the last couple of weeks. She ended up 15-9. She approached it like qualifying mentally. Didn't look at whether she was going to win the match or not. Just got as many pins as possible.
Oh boy, Jan, she looks great.
Little love that.
Some of the other top finishers in this event, Kendra Gaines, who will be actually defending next week in Rockford. She's sitting here doing our stats. Polina Aalto, all the way from Finland, made both cuts so far.
Nikki Giannoulias, we knew her on TV every week years ago. She's back out after having problems with her back. Amy Dillon, another up-and-coming star for the future of women's professional bowling. And Cheryl Daniels, 23rd.
So going up high, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10. And this is the opposite of the spare that Tish Johnson left last night that she chopped to miss this telecast. It's a difficult spare.
Well, watch here at Lisa's release right there. Look how early that ball came off her hand. And her arm swing wasn't straight. It went off to the right a little bit, which tells me she dropped that. Unfortunately, it's a tough spare.
Now flip. Now flip.
Oh, wow.
She talked to that one, Jan.
She talked it into flipping. That wasn't exactly the way you'd like to get it.
You can see she uses her strike ball to shoot the double wood spare, but actually perfectly hits it. But that is a luck of the draw spare, too. You have to really hit that at the right angle.
Normally, you'd want to hit a little bit higher on that lead pin, but it was fortunate that she hit it as weak as she did. A little high, leaving the 4-pin.
Marianne is dead accurate on 20. Lisa, too, for that matter. It's 19 that both ladies have not conquered yet.
They'll just have to keep moving left. Marianne was laughing with us, saying she was sitting on the ball return at some point this week on the right-hand lane.
Yes, she was.
That's where she
was
started.
That deep. But we played the lanes the way the lanes told us how to play them. We can't play them always the way we would like to. You have to play the lanes the way the lanes are telling you to, and that's why these ladies are so good at what they do, because they play the lanes the way they have to, not the way they want to.
So DiRupo now trailing by 7 pins through 4 frames.
Now let's see if she makes an adjustment on 19.
There's that 2-4-5.
She definitely moved left, and her projection was much better to the right. Now she's got to figure out, do I slow up my ball speed, or do I move back just a little bit right and stay more firm? I would opt to stay in and slow up the ball speed.
Well, she has 48 appearances of experience to call on to make that decision right now.
She's a great TV bowler.
So through 4.5 frames, so far so good for Lisa Bishop. She's up by 10 pins. We'll be right back with more. Bowling World extends its prayers and sympathies to his sons, Don Jr. and Scott, and daughter Amy, and the rest of their family. Lisa Bishop now up in the 5th frame. Don, Kathy, great person, and did a lot with charities and wheelchair bowling and everything else. Tremendous, a lot of fun, and we will sadly miss him. Lisa Bishop now up by 10 pins. Working on a strike, she can take it to 20. She had a great average on this TV pair, 238.
And that's with 3 games. So she was consistent every game.
Flip. Flip. Yes.
That was a nice shot. Leaving the 10-pin in, Kathy, Lisa Bishop said the same thing as Marianne, that her ball speed was actually a strength for her this week.
Yes, Lisa's another one who has tremendous ball speed, so when the lanes start to break down and hook, she never has a problem clearing the front. Great shot of Lisa's ball. She's been dead accurate also, but again, leaving the corner pin, as we said before, carry was very tough this week. But these 2 ladies found a way to do it more than anybody else. Lisa was second in average, qualifying with 212.47. That's huge.